The LGBTQ community, until recently, did not have much when it comes to representation in the media. Whether it is characters in movies or TV shows, cartoons, or even talk show hosts, you would otherwise be hard-pressed to find anyone who is gay or gender nonconforming. Having representation in media is vital to ensure love and respect by people around you. When more people come out with who they are, it no longer becomes an issue of being seen as the other and simply seen as another human being. However, as the 5 stars have shown, that has been changing over the past couple of decades, and changing with a stark quickness. Which would bring us to the topic of female empowerment. These women break standards and work hard to make sure that not only they succeed, but that they help others succeed as well. They show that no matter how hard the situation may be, women are strong and can overcome any adversity put in their way. So let us look at these awesome LGBT stars, as well as strong and empowered women in their fields, and praise them for all that they have done for the community. Ellen DeGeneres. True beauty is not related to what color your hair is or what color your eyes are. True beauty is about who you are as a human being, your principles, your moral compass. When it comes to inspirational LGBT people, Ellen is up there with the best of them. She is one of the most well-known lesbians and the most influential one to date. Her small beginnings and later fame have allowed her to provide a ton of time, effort, and money to help those who are in need. She hit it big in the 80s and 90s as a stand-up comedian before she founded and hosted her own TV show. At the age of 23, she was performing at local coffee houses, and it was not until 1986 when a booking agent was sent to check her out in Hollywood. Because of this, she was the first female comedian to be invited onto The Tonight Show. She then started making regular appearances on numerous talk shows, such as The Late Show, The Oprah Winfrey Show, Larry King Live, and Good Morning America, to name a few. It was not until 2003 that she started her own show called Ellen. After airing, the show has gotten multiple awards, such as the Daytime Emmy Awards and People's Choice Awards. She has even written a slew of books. During the same year, she became ever more popular when she lent her voice to a popular animated movie called Finding Nemo. She even recently had a part in the movie Finding Dory. On top of that, she was the host for the Grammys, the Academy Awards, and the Primetime Emmys. She was even chosen to fill an empty slot in American Idol after Paula Abdul left. In 2016, during his last year in office, former President Obama awarded DeGeneres the Medal of Freedom. This was due to her contribution to the arts, as well as all of the other stuff that she had worked so hard for. Along with this, she is also known for helping people out with the money that she gets from her accolades. Her fans know that she sometimes goes to fans' homes to surprise them with large sums of money when they need help. On top of this, she also gives millions of dollars to dozens of charities, including those for AIDS, HIV, anti-bullying, animal welfare, LGBT rights, cancer, and much more. Her coming out story is a bit of a different one, as she first came out as a character when she was starring in a TV series, also by the name Ellen, back in 1997. The show then faced criticism, and some places even refused to air the episode due to homophobia. Due to potential controversy, a few of the show's sponsors even pulled their advertisements during the show's airtime. The rest of the series had LGBT themes as well, and the show faced criticism at the time, but Ellen and ABC toughed it out. The show won an Emmy Award for the groundbreaking episode and won a lot of support from LGBT activists. This show is the first one in TV history to have a coming out story, as well as an openly gay character in it. Shortly after this episode aired, Ellen herself came out, later becoming the first LGBT person to host their own TV show. I decided that this was not going to be something that I was going to live the rest of my life being ashamed of. Ellen dated a few women over the years, including Anne Heche and Alexandra Hedison. She later found Portia de Rossi back in 2004 and married her in 2008. This was probably the most high-profile gay wedding in history due to the fact that it was soon after California legalized unions. Later, when talking to Oprah, she talked about her coming out story, shocked that it was as big of a deal as it was. I mean, I knew that it would be big, but I had no idea that it would be this big, DeGeneres replied to Oprah in that 1997 interview.
I think it's an important message, as Andrew said, that this supposed disability that she has is her strength. And I think that we all have to look for whatever it is about us that we feel is our disability, whether it's physical or mental, and look at it as what makes us special and makes us unique, and use that to empower us.
Ruby Rose. I wanted to represent minorities in the respect of people who had been bullied in school, or people who were gay or lesbian, or trans people who aren't blonde-haired and blue-eyed. I have short hair, and I'm covered in tattoos. I like showing people that it's within their rights to be different. Ruby Rose Langenheim, more popularly known as Ruby Rose, is someone who is an actor and model, but is good at pretty much everything. She has been a DJ, a recording artist, and even a TV presenter. In fact, she got her start as an MTV presenter in Australia, as well as co-hosted shows like America's Next Top Model. She later got jobs modeling for Maybelline and others. From 2008 onward, she mainly stuck to acting as her main career. Her first performance was for a film called Suite for Fleur, and a smaller role in Around the Block. However, her big hit came during Season 3 and Season 4 of Orange is the New Black. She also played in Resident Evil, The Final Chapter, and many other shows and movies. She is the only star to date who identifies as gender fluid. This is really helpful, as hundreds of thousands in America alone do not feel fully comfortable in the gender that they have been assigned. Some do not feel as if they are male or female, just something more in between. Ruby helps people who feel this way by allowing them to be more comfortable in being who they are. It helps when there are more people on the big screen who shares your gender expressions and identity. The person I am every single day is the person that's growing and getting better. The more people look up to me, the more important it is to be concise with what message I want to leave. That's where I feel like I'm a role model. Maybe not to everyone, but for a lot of minorities, I am. And I kinda love that. The role model for the underdog. In 2014, she started her own line of ethical clothing by collaborating with Phoebe Dahl, whom she is currently in a relationship with. Along with this, she has modeled for various fashion brands. She has even been the Australian ambassador for JVC and JAG. She is currently the face of Urban Decay Cosmetics. She credits her acting success to her 2014 short film, Break Free. Since she was not able to get managers or agents, she decided to do short films as a way to practice her craft and to build her portfolio. This worked out great for her, as the video went viral, garnering tons of views. She has since won a ton of awards and nominations, such as the 2009 Astro Awards, GQ Australia in 2015, the GLAAD Media Awards in 2016, and 2017 Australian LGBTI Awards. When it comes to her success, she focuses more on what it can do for others as opposed to what it is doing for her. A lot of her time and energy is spent promoting mindfulness. Since she experiences depression and bipolar disorder, she works to ensure that people are more comfortable talking about mental health. This is why she is an ambassador for Australia's Back Me Up campaign, as well as the ambassador for the Mindfulness app. One of the biggest things that Ruby Rose strives to be is an animal activist. She stopped eating animal products and currently describes herself as a vegan. As a result, She also has shared her disdain for many cruel events, like rodeos, and wants to help lower our ecological footprint by advocating a plant-based diet. Also, in 2017, she donated $10,000 to an LGBT center during the wake of Hurricane Harvey. Because of this donation, she received backlash by people who believed she was ignoring all other groups to focus only on LGBT people. She responded in a fierce yet graceful way. The LGBT Center does not just help LGBT members in a crisis. It does not discriminate people in need based on gender, sexuality, race, or religion. It is one of the most inclusive organizations I can think of. It is not as though they check how gay you are on entry. She said that she is donating money to the center mainly due to the fact that many LGBT people are historically turned away from many crisis centers during times of need. An LGBT center does not discriminate and helps all people regardless of beliefs, color, gender, or sexuality. It was very early in her life when she came out as lesbian. She came out at the age of 12. She also identifies as gender fluid, which she explained in a Huffington Post interview. It's not really feeling like you're at one end of the spectrum or the other. For the most part, I definitely don't identify as any gender. So, I'm somewhere in the middle, which, in my perfect imagination, is like having the best of both sexes. She also states, I am very gender fluid and feel more like I wake up every day sort of gender neutral. I definitely don't identify as any gender. I'm not a guy. I don't really feel like a woman, but obviously I was born one, so I'm somewhere in the middle. With so many people feeling the same way, it is awesome to see that Ruby is doing her best to be herself. Simply by being herself, she is doing a lot for many people who are struggling with their identity.
I guess just choosing what you want to do, believing in yourself, and then honing in on your craft and just, really investing in yourself and believing in yourself.
Stella Maxwell. I love my job, and I love my family and friends, and that I genuinely care about this earth and about humanity. Stella is a 5-foot, 10-inch beauty, and her modeling career proves it. She started modeling in 2008, and many of her early modeling gigs included Vogue magazine, Elle, Marie Claire, Puma, and Glamour. Her photos have been used for advertising for many companies, such as Urban Outfitters, H&M, Marc Jacobs, and Hermano Cervino. Her modeling career is so successful that her net worth is estimated to be $1 million. On top of that, she has over 4.4 million followers on her Instagram alone. There, she posts pictures and videos of herself. This includes just random pictures from her day, as well as pictures and videos of runway acts and even magazine covers that she had appeared in. When she was being interviewed, she told a magazine, "Everything happens for a reason. I didn't plan on becoming a model. It just sort of came into my life. Now I love what I do." She has made a pretty good living through her good looks, and she still has many years ahead of her in the industry. We are all scrutinized. Everyone. Man, woman, everyone. Especially if you are in the public eye in any way on social media. It's about doing you and not worrying too much about other things. Only worry about the things that are really worth worrying about. She was recently called the world's hottest woman, and since she is currently a Victoria's Secret model, that just goes to prove it. While she has dated many people, such as Miley Cyrus, her current relationship is with Twilight star Kristen Stewart. She is an incredibly outdoorsy person and loves to hike and travel. One of the things she adores most about her job is seeing the many different places for her photo shoots, which makes sense as she has been all around the world. During her downtime, she enjoys road trips, which helps her to see new sights that she may have otherwise missed. I have a knack for always ending up in LA whenever I have some days off, because I really like going there. And I really like hanging out on the beach and all the hiking and opportunities and things you can do outside. When it comes to being bisexual, she is not, and has never been afraid to share her feelings with the public. However, she wasn't very open about it, and as a result, when she kissed Miley Cyrus behind the scenes of her video shoot, her fans were shocked. I am so thankful for everything that has happened thus far. As far as accomplishing more, there is so much I want to do in life, like working with charities and having a family. For now, I am focused on modeling and acting and whatever else comes my way organically. She is ready to launch her own charity in order to help advance medical research. Many people who are LGBT feel like they are less attractive to people as a result, so having someone as awesome as Stella, who was able to become a Victoria's Secret model, is great for the community. And the fact that she not only accomplishes so much, but also seems so down to earth as a person, makes her a far greater role model.
I mean, everything's been going so beautifully. I mean, I don't know, since signing as a new Angel, everything has kind of changed in such a good way, and it's just been such a positive change in my career. So I hope it just continues like going up. I think it's all good vibes, so I think it's on the way up.
Kate McKinnon, you've got to believe in yourself, and you just have to work harder at it than you've ever worked at anything before in your life. And if you keep doing that and keep believing in yourself, great things do happen. Kate is a great and popular comedian, impressionist, and voiceover artist. She is also a great actor who has been cast on The Big Gay Sketch Show from 2007 to 2010, and currently on Saturday Night Live from 2012 until now. She has also been in the movie Ghostbusters, Rough Night, The Spy Who Dumped Me, and Office Christmas Party, to name a few. As a child, she was very gifted when it came to playing music. She learned how to play the piano when she was just 5 years old, and later taught herself how to play the cello and the guitar. She is mainly known for her comedy and character impressions. She has mimicked Justin Bieber, Hillary Clinton, and Ellen DeGeneres, to name a few. Her work has been nominated for 6 Primetime Emmy Awards, mainly for being an outstanding supporting actress. She has won the New Now Next Award in 2009, the Ashland Independent Film Festival Award in 2012, and the American Comedy Awards in 2014. Her voice acting work is nothing less than superb, voicing characters of a wide range, such as in The Venture Brothers and Ugly Americans. She currently voiced Miss Frizzle in the current reboot of The Magic School Bus. Despite all of this, she is still fairly humble, which can probably be tied back to when she was unemployed. To be employed in the entertainment industry is a miracle. Every day I look in the mirror and think, "Holy crap, I'm employed," she said in an interview. In addition to theater and movies, McKinnon is fascinated in science. She recently told the New York Times, "I've been a big astrophysics nut since I was 12. I have always had a real soft spot for the bizarreness of quantum mechanics." This is great because having a popular female role model be into science helps women who would want to be a part of STEM. With women and LGBT people being vastly underrepresented in science, it is great to know that there are some actresses out there who are open with their love of the subject. She once said in an interview, "Some people look at movies and think, 'Oh my gosh, that's so amazing.' But to me, I look at a politician or a scientist and think, they're creating the content of humanity." In 2015, she and her co-stars from Ghostbusters went into a children's hospital in order to help cheer up the sick kids. While this act drew a lot of controversy from social media, many of the kids found it to be an exciting thing. This helped many kids feel better and gave them a little something to take their minds off the fact that they were not feeling well. She has always been fairly clear about her sexual orientation, even taken it so far as to talk about it openly on Saturday Night Live. Because of this, she was widely accepted by her peers. She hopes that being out and proud will allow other LGBT people to not be as afraid to come out and be who they really are. Kate, simply by being who she is doing a lot to help bash a lot of misconceptions, not just about the LGBT, but about women in general. This is because many people do not view women as being able to be good comedians. However, with someone as funny and passionate as Kate, this is shown to be wrong. Women can be funny, and by simply being out, she is helping a lot of people feel more comfortable with who they are on the inside.
That's the way my friendships are. So grounded, so much support, so much laughter. Just someone who knows you so well for so many years. It's the spice of life. It's the most beautiful thing.
Sarah Paulson. I believe that everyone should be allowed to speak their truth and just say what they want to say and show the world who they are. You should be able to love whomever you fucking well please. Sarah Paulson is an Emmy Award-winning actress who has been a large role in many seasons of the acclaimed series American Horror Story, where she had received 3 awards for her work on, as well as in The People vs. O.J. Simpson. She has also appeared in other movies, such as 12 Years a Slave. She was lucky enough to have an early start in her career, acting in her early teens. At the time, she could be seen on shows such as Law & Order and American Gothic. While on American Horror Story, she also showed up on a few other shows, such as Game Change and Mud with Matthew McConaughey, both in 2012. Along with her Primetime Emmy Award, she also won 2 Satellite Awards and a Screen Actors Guild Award. When it comes to charity, she has been known to give her fair share to the people who need it. For example, she took part in the 2015 AMFAR Inspiration Gala in LA, which raised over $3 million to help fund AIDS research. She also took part in a Human Rights Committee tribute video for the 49 victims of the Orlando shooting. Sarah was also in attendance at the 8th, 9th, and 10th Night Before event, which raised a lot of money for the Motion Picture and Television Fund. This fund is used to help people in the industry who are in need of financial assistance, health care, and more. Sarah was even in attendance for the 2015 Family Equality Council dinner. Sarah is bisexual and has dated a few women, including Tracy Letts, Cherry Jones, and her current girlfriend, Holland Taylor. She came out unexpectedly in 2005 when she kissed Cherry Jones when Cherry won a Tony Award. She did not think much about it at the time and had said in an interview with Notifu, "She won a Tony Award, I kissed her, and all of a sudden I was outed. I didn't really think about it in that way at the time. I was just doing what one would do when a person they love has just won a big fat acting prize. What am I gonna do? Pat her on the back and say, 'Good job, dude?' It didn't occur to me to do anything but what I did." The main thing that she was worried about was how this would affect her career. The political landscape in 2005 was not one that was all too accepting of LGBT rights, and she was afraid that she was going to lose her job and her career would be over. A lot of people love how she is in American Horror Story, and with her being an LGBT woman, this will hopefully help to break the glass ceiling when it comes to LGBT women in media.
I think I have to stand up for myself as a woman every day, just walking around the planet. But I have been incredibly lucky and worked in incredibly supportive, inclusive work environments for most of my career. And I know I'm one of the lucky ones, and it's a real rarity.
With many LGBT people feeling suppressed in the media scene, it is good to see more and more LGBTQ+ actors coming forward. Seeing how these stars act, and the fact that they seem to be brutal when it comes to activism and donating their time or money to charity, can help the LGBT movement rise as a whole. Being out and proud helps not only to allow more people to break into the TV and movie scene, but it also helps society as a whole become more accustomed to LGBTQ people and their issues. When a lot of people see LGBT people and make assumptions about them, it often has to do with a lack of exposure. Thankfully, we are having hundreds of awesome musicians, models, YouTubers, and actors coming out of the closet and showing us all that the LGBTQ+ community exists. and being loved and accepted for who we are and having our issues heard is all that we as a community want out of life. Thankfully, we are starting to see that turn into a reality.